Have you noticed an increase in your energy bills over the last 5 to 10 years? That's because since the year 2000, energy costs have dramatically increased, especially natural gas and oil. Here is a chart from the U.S. Energy Information Administration showing that during the 90s, natural gas was relatively inexpensive. But from the year 2000 on forward, notice the sharp increase in costs. As of January 2009, the average natural gas price for the U.S. spiked to $2.02 per therm, nearly a 300% increase in the last 8 years alone. This same pattern of sharp price increases exists in the oil and propane market. During the same 8-year period, oil prices have increased 300% and propane has increased 250%. In contrast to the oil and gas industries, electricity prices have increased at a much slower pace. Between the years of 2000 through 2008, electricity has only increased 7% per year. While actual energy prices in your local area may be different from these national averages, the trends for rapidly increasing costs for fossil fuels, like natural gas and oil, are widespread. There are alternatives to heating your home other than using only a natural gas, propane, or oil furnace. One of these alternatives is a dual-fuel heat pump system. The dual-fuel system consists of 4 major parts. The heat pump itself is located outdoors and runs on electricity. A fossil fuel furnace located inside the home. The coil, which is located above the furnace. And refrigerant lines, which connect the heat pump to the coil. Unlike furnaces that generate heat by burning fuel, a heat pump transfers heat from one location to another. It does this by using refrigerant that grabs the heat from the outside air, compresses it, making it even hotter, and transfers it to the coil. The coil heats up from the hot refrigerant passing through it and transfers the heat to the air that is blowing across it. As the passing air grabs the heat from the coil, the refrigerant inside the coil cools down and is sent back to the heat pump to grab more heat from outside. As the temperature outside gets colder, it is harder for the heat pump to absorb enough heat to keep up with the home's heating needs. When the heat pump can no longer keep up with the home's heating needs, it has reached its balance point and requires assistance from another heat source. In a dual-fuel system, this assistance comes from the furnace. When the heat pump reaches its balance point, the furnace takes over, creating the heat that the home needs. When the temperature outside is above its balance point, the heat pump can maintain comfort in the home. It is only when the temperature drops below the balance point that the furnace is needed. Another great feature of a dual-fuel heat pump system is that it can also provide air conditioning, cooling the home during the hotter times of the year. It does this by simply reversing the direction of the refrigerant flow. This way, it transfers the heat from the warm air that is inside your home and sends it to the heat pump, where it is released into the outside air. As this warm air passes through the coil, it's cooled. It also leaves moisture behind, helping to reduce the humidity in the home. With a dual-fuel system, you get the heat pump benefits of providing both heating in the cold temperatures and air conditioning during the hotter temperatures. Now let's compare the efficiency of a heat pump to other heat sources. The following chart shows a cost comparison of the different energy types created by Professor Dennis Buffington, a leading authority on green building engineering at Penn State University. According to Professor Buffington, to make an apples-to-apples comparison of different forms of energy, the comparison must be on the basis of dollars per million BTU of heat energy created, or as is this case with heat pumps, the heat energy transferred. Based on the national averages of energy costs we looked at before, Professor Buffington's chart shows the heat pump will cost considerably less to transfer a million BTUs of heating energy than a natural gas furnace, and significantly less than a propane, oil, or baseboard heating system. A dual-fuel heat pump system is the green choice that offers flexibility to use the most efficient energy source to keep your home comfortable year-round.